Welcome to our channel Legends of Black Excellence. Today, we're diving into a side of Hollywood's golden age that history tried to hide. These are the untold stories of 20 iconic black stars who lived double lives, brilliant on screen but forced to keep their true selves in the shadows. From red carpet legends to silent film pioneers, their secrets were risky, their love lives hidden, and their legacies unforgettable. Number 1 will absolutely shock you. Get ready to uncover the truth behind the glamour. Lorenzo Tucker. Lorenzo Tucker was a groundbreaking figure in early Hollywood, earning the title of the Black Valentino for his striking charm and undeniable presence on screen. As Hollywood's first black heartthrob, Tucker captivated audiences with his dashing good looks and charisma, becoming a star in the silent films of Oscar Micheaux. His career was built on a delicate balance between public admiration and private secrecy. Although Tucker portrayed a ladies' man on screen, rumors about his personal life hinted at a different reality, one that was hidden from the public eye. In the Harlem Renaissance, where many black artists and creatives found refuge, Tucker was believed to have been part of an underground LGBTQ+ community. Harlem was a sanctuary for many individuals of diverse sexual orientations, including legendary figures like James Baldwin and Langston Hughes. Tucker's connection to this secretive world remained largely unspoken, but insiders whispered about his close relationships with male companions, some of whom were prominent figures in the Harlem art scene. Despite never openly acknowledging his sexuality, the whispers about Tucker's personal life were persistent. His love for men was a secret that could have ended his career if it had been exposed at the time. Hollywood, known for its harsh treatment of queer individuals, especially black actors, created an environment where Tucker's fame was at risk due to the potential exposure of his true identity. His contributions to black cinema and his role as a trailblazer in an industry that was not yet ready to embrace diversity in all its forms make his legacy unforgettable. Yet, much like many other black stars of the era, Tucker's personal story remains shrouded in mystery, hidden behind a curtain of secrecy that Hollywood was not prepared to lift. Napoleon Whiting. You may not know his name, but his face was unmistakable. Napoleon Whiting spent much of his career playing dignified butlers in Hollywood, always in the background, never in the spotlight. Yet, when the cameras stopped rolling, his personal life was something the industry preferred to keep hidden. Whiting appeared in iconic films like Gone with the Wind and The Big Valley, where he portrayed loyal servants, fitting into the stereotypical roles that black actors were often relegated to during the era. However, behind the scenes, Whiting was part of a secret LGBTQ+ network that allowed some in Hollywood to live their truth away from the prying eyes of the public. Although he was often cast in roles that depicted him as a respectful and humble servant, his personal life painted a different picture. Reports suggest that Whiting had long-term relationships with men within the industry, including powerful Hollywood insiders. These relationships were kept under wraps, and Whiting's privacy was fiercely guarded in an industry that demanded conformity, especially from black actors. One particularly shocking rumor involved a famous white director, often seen with Whiting at private gatherings, fueling speculation about their closeness. Despite being a familiar face to many moviegoers, Whiting's true story remains largely unknown to the public. Hollywood's tight grip on personal lives, especially for black actors and those in the LGBTQ+ community, meant that his identity had to remain hidden to preserve his career. Whiting's legacy as a respected actor in Hollywood, despite the constraints of typecasting and secrecy, highlights the complex intersection of race, sexuality, and identity in the golden age of Hollywood. Lee Whipper. Lee Whipper made history as the first black member of the Actors Equity Association, breaking barriers on both stage and screen. He earned recognition for his roles in the Oxbow Incident and Of Mice and Men, where his remarkable talent earned him the respect of his peers and audiences alike. Whipper's path to success was not easy, given the racial prejudice in the entertainment industry, yet he managed to carve out a place for himself in Broadway and Hollywood, where his contributions to black theater were undeniable. Despite his professional success, there were whispers about Whipper's personal life, particularly his associations within the underground LGBTQ+ community that thrived in artistic circles. With his established reputation, Whipper had access to elite spaces in the theater and film industries, but this also meant he had to be particularly cautious. Many of his colleagues speculated about his deep friendships with younger male actors, with whom he reportedly had a close mentoring relationship. These friendships, often conducted behind closed doors, raised eyebrows and fueled rumors about Whipper's hidden sexuality. While Whipper never openly acknowledged his sexual identity, the industry's demands for conformity left him little choice but to keep his personal life shrouded in secrecy. Hollywood's refusal to accept diversity in sexual orientation made it dangerous for an actor of his stature to live openly as his true self. Whipper's legacy as a pioneering black actor in a time of racial inequality in Hollywood is unquestionable, yet his personal story remains one of the many untold chapters of black cinema's golden age. Frederick O'Neil. Frederick O'Neil was not only a pioneering actor but also a fierce advocate for the rights of black performers, co-founding the Negro Actors Guild, an organization that sought to address racial inequality in the entertainment industry. His efforts helped secure better opportunities for black actors, and his legacy as a stage legend is undeniable. O'Neil's work in theater was groundbreaking, and he is often remembered for his unwavering commitment to fighting for fairness and equality in a racially segregated Hollywood. However, despite his public accomplishments, O'Neil's personal life remains shrouded in mystery. Throughout his career, he never openly discussed his romantic relationships, which was highly unusual for someone of his stature. In an industry where personal lives were often laid bare, O'Neil remained private and guarded, especially about his love life. Those close to him suggest that O'Neil may have had romantic relationships with men within the artistic community, but like many others during that time, he chose to keep his sexuality hidden. O'Neil's reputation as a trailblazer in the fight for black actors' rights didn't shield him from the pressures of conforming to Hollywood's norms. He became the first black president of the Actors' Equity Association, an incredible milestone in the fight for equality, but this achievement came at a cost. Much of his personal story, including his sexuality, was erased by Hollywood, a reflection of the industry's reluctance to accept the diversity of sexual orientations. His contributions to theater and the black community remain powerful, yet the full extent of his personal life, including his hidden relationships, is a chapter still waiting to be fully revealed. Juano Hernandez. Juano Hernandez was a trailblazer in Hollywood, one of the first black actors to break away from the stereotypical roles that many of his peers were relegated to. He carved out a serious and respected career, gaining widespread acclaim for his performance in Intruder in the Dust. Hernandez's portrayal of complex, multifaceted characters set him apart during a time when black actors were often typecast into roles that were limited and demeaning. His ability to transcend these stereotypes and play significant, thoughtful roles made him a true pioneer in Hollywood. However, despite his professional success, Hernandez's personal life remained a well-guarded secret. He never married and rarely spoke about his relationships, which was unusual for someone in the public eye. Instead of being seen with a romantic partner, he was often spotted with male colleagues, fueling speculation about his sexual orientation. Many insiders believe that Hernandez may have had deep, romantic connections with men within the Hollywood art scene. These relationships, though never confirmed, were the subject of whispers among those who worked closely with him. Hollywood's climate at the time made it dangerous for anyone, especially a black actor, to be open about their sexuality. Hernandez, like so many other actors, had to keep his true self hidden to preserve his career. His reluctance to discuss his personal life may have been a direct response to the industry's pressure to conform. Hernandez's legacy as one of the first black actors to earn substantial roles in Hollywood is a testament to his talent and perseverance. Yet, much of his personal story, particularly regarding his hidden romantic relationships, remains one of Hollywood's best-kept secrets. James Edwards. James Edwards was a trailblazer in Hollywood, known for his commanding presence and groundbreaking career. His performance in The Manchurian Candidate solidified him as one of the most talented and respected actors of his time. Edwards was known for rejecting stereotypical roles often assigned to black actors, carving out a path that was both unique and impactful. His refusal to be pigeonholed into limited roles made him a leader among his peers, setting a new standard for black actors in Hollywood. Despite his professional achievements, Edwards's personal life became the subject of persistent rumors. Throughout his career, whispers about his relationships with other men followed him. Edwards was often seen at private gatherings alongside individuals who were rumored to be closeted, which led to speculation about his own sexuality. These rumors, though never publicly confirmed, cast a shadow over his career. Many believe that the industry's speculation about his personal life contributed to him losing out on larger roles that he was more than capable of handling. In an industry where being openly gay was considered a career killer, Edwards' silence regarding his sexuality may have been a strategic decision to protect his professional prospects. Hollywood's reluctance to accept diverse sexual orientations created an environment where actors like Edwards had to navigate a complex web of secrecy. While he excelled in his craft, his personal life remained a carefully guarded secret, with his legacy as an actor marked by both his talent and the whispers that surrounded his private relationships. Noble Johnson. Noble Johnson was a force to be reckoned with in the silent film era, a pioneering actor and producer who broke barriers for black performers in Hollywood. He didn't just act, he also founded his own production company, giving black actors the opportunity to find meaningful work in an industry that often sidelined them. Johnson's roles in The Ten Commandments and King Kong remain iconic, showcasing his commanding screen presence and significant contributions to cinema. He was a powerful figure in the early days of Hollywood, fighting against the racial stereotypes that were prevalent at the time. However, despite his public success, Johnson's personal life was shrouded in mystery. He never married and had no public romantic relationships, which was unusual for a prominent figure in the industry. Whispers about his personal life began to circulate, with rumors suggesting that Johnson had romantic ties with men within the industry. These relationships were believed to have been kept under wraps, shielded by his financial power and influence in Hollywood. Johnson's wealth and control over his own production company likely helped him maintain the secrecy surrounding his true self. In an era when being openly gay was a career-ending move, Johnson's ability to protect his private life through his wealth and influence highlights the difficult choices many actors of his time had to make. While he was respected for his work in front of and behind the camera, much of his personal story, including his hidden relationships, remains untold. Noble Johnson's legacy as a trailblazer in black cinema is undeniable, but the secrets of his personal life, which Hollywood never allowed him to fully express, are still one of the industry's best-kept mysteries. Paul Winfield. Paul Winfield possessed a voice that became legendary, with an ability to command attention that was unmatched in Hollywood. His roles in Sounder and Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan cemented his place as one of the most respected and talented actors of his generation. Winfield's deep, resonant voice and his ability to portray strong, multidimensional characters set him apart from many of his peers. He was admired for his refusal to accept stereotypical roles often offered to black actors, instead opting for more complex and meaningful characters. This choice was a testament to his commitment to his craft and his desire to break free from the limited roles available to black performers in Hollywood. Despite his immense talent and respect in the industry, Winfield's personal life remained largely hidden. For years, whispers surrounded his deep friendships with male actors, and many speculated about his sexuality. These relationships, though never openly acknowledged, were the subject of much conversation among those who worked with him. In an industry where being openly gay could end an actor's career, Winfield, like many others, kept his true self under wraps for much of his life. However, later in life, he publicly confirmed that he was gay, revealing the truth that had been hidden for decades. Winfield's confirmation of his sexuality came at a time when society, and Hollywood in particular, was far more accepting of LGBTQ+ identities. The fact that he could not openly live as his true self during his prime speaks volumes about the barriers black actors, especially those who were also part of the LGBTQ+ community, faced. Despite these struggles, Winfield's legacy as an actor remains untarnished, his talent undeniable, and his role as a trailblazer for black performers in Hollywood solidified. Brock Peters. Brock Peters was a powerful figure in Hollywood, captivating audiences with his commanding presence in both To Kill a Mockingbird and Star Trek. His portrayal of Tom Robinson in To Kill a Mockingbird is particularly memorable, earning him widespread recognition for his ability to portray deep, emotional complexity. He later became a beloved figure in the Star Trek franchise, where his strong and dignified performances left a lasting mark. Peters was respected for his undeniable talent, earning him roles that reflected his skill and depth as an actor. However, despite his professional success, Peters's personal life was far less public. He never married, and there were no known public relationships during his career. Instead, he was often seen alongside male artists and peers, which sparked rumors about his sexuality. Many in Hollywood believed that Peters was a part of the industry's secret LGBTQ+ community, maintaining a tightly guarded personal life that was kept away from the prying eyes of the public. In an era when being openly gay could destroy an actor's career, Peters's decision to keep his sexuality private is understandable, as it was common for many actors to conceal their true identities to protect their livelihoods. Hollywood, at the time, was an environment that demanded conformity, and for black actors, this pressure was even more intense. Brock Peters's refusal to discuss his personal life allowed him to continue his career, but it also meant that his legacy remains incomplete in terms of fully understanding his experiences and personal struggles. His immense contribution to film and television is undeniable, yet the secrets of his private life remain one of Hollywood's most closely guarded. Avon Long. Avon Long was a brilliant force in theater, whose talents shone brightly in iconic productions like Porgy and Bess and Roots. His portrayal of sporting life in Porgy and Bess remains one of the most memorable performances in Broadway history, where his charisma and unique stage presence captivated audiences. Long's ability to command the stage with his vibrant energy and striking performances earned him both respect and admiration in the theater world. His role in Roots further solidified his legacy as a pioneering black actor in a time when opportunities for black performers were limited. However, despite his public success, Long's personal life was far more enigmatic. There were long-standing rumors about his deep connections with men in the Harlem Renaissance artistic community, including other actors and musicians. Many speculated that he was romantically involved with some of these figures, but Long never publicly addressed his sexual orientation. His private life remained closely guarded, with no statements or actions that could suggest anything about his personal relationships. At a time when being openly gay in Hollywood was not only taboo but could ruin an actor's career, Long's decision to keep his sexuality private was likely a necessity to protect his professional standing. Hollywood, with its limited acceptance of LGBTQ+ identities, forced many talented actors to live in the shadows of their true selves to maintain their careers. Avon Long's refusal to discuss his personal life meant that the world would never know the full story of his relationships, yet his undeniable contribution to theater and film remains a testament to his skill and determination. Billy Daniels. Billy Daniels was an iconic figure in entertainment, known for his smooth, captivating voice and charismatic stage presence. He earned fame with his hit song That Old Black Magic, which became a defining tune of his career. Daniels's immense talent and unique style helped him break barriers for black performers, making history as the first black performer to headline at Las Vegas. His charm and musical prowess earned him the adoration of women, and he became a beloved figure in the entertainment world. Despite his success and the adulation from his female fans, whispers about Daniels's personal life were a constant. Although he was frequently surrounded by admirers, there were long-standing rumors about his deep, secretive relationship with a male dancer, as well as speculations about his associations with other well-known figures within Hollywood's LGBTQ+ community. These rumors were often fueled by the fact that Daniels never publicly addressed his sexuality, keeping his personal life shrouded in mystery. In an era when being openly gay could destroy a career, especially for black entertainers, Daniels's decision to keep his romantic life hidden is not surprising. Hollywood was notoriously unaccepting of LGBTQ+ individuals, and for black actors like Daniels, the pressure to conform and maintain an image of heterosexuality was immense. His refusal to publicly acknowledge his sexuality allowed him to navigate Hollywood's demanding environment while continuing his successful career. However, the secrecy surrounding his relationships means that a full picture of his personal life and struggles remains one of Hollywood's hidden stories, despite his tremendous impact on entertainment. Raymond St. Jacques. Raymond St. Jacques was a bold and unconventional actor who refused to be confined to stereotypical roles. He made a significant mark in Hollywood with his powerful performance in Cotton Comes to Harlem, a film that showcased his undeniable talent and ability to break away from the limited roles typically offered to black actors at the time. Saint Jacques was respected for his commanding presence on screen and his dedication to portraying complex, multifaceted characters that defied the industry's expectations of black performers. However, despite his public success, Saint Jacques' personal life was the subject of frequent speculation. Rumors about his relationships with men, particularly within the influential LGBTQ+ circles of Hollywood, followed him throughout his career. He was often seen among the artistic and social elite of the LGBTQ+ community, fueling speculation about his sexuality. While these rumors were never officially confirmed, they were a well-known part of the gossip surrounding his life. In an industry where being openly gay could jeopardize an actor's career, Saint Jacques lived his life according to his own terms. He never confirmed nor denied the rumors, maintaining a sense of mystery around his personal life. His ability to live authentically, despite the pressures of Hollywood's homophobic culture, allowed him to continue his career without fully revealing his true self to the public. The secrecy surrounding his relationship speaks to the challenges that many black actors, particularly those within the LGBTQ+ community, faced during this era. Raymond Saint Jacques left behind a legacy of challenging norms and pushing boundaries, both professionally and personally, though the full story of his private life remains one of Hollywood's best-kept secrets. Canada Lee. Canada Lee was a powerful and influential voice in Hollywood, known for his iconic roles in Lifeboat and Cry, The Beloved Country. His portrayal of the complex, deeply human characters in both films made him a respected actor, and his performances became a vehicle for his anti-racist activism. Lee was not just a talented actor, he was also a vocal advocate for racial equality, using his platform in Hollywood to challenge the systemic racism that plagued the industry. His roles in these films, particularly in Cry, The Beloved Country, where he played a character fighting against the racial injustice of apartheid, cemented his legacy as both an actor and an activist. However, behind the camera, Lee's personal life was far more mysterious. There were persistent rumors about his relationships with men, particularly in the LGBTQ+ circles of Hollywood. These rumors, while never confirmed, have been a part of the whispers that followed Lee throughout his career. He was often seen within artistic and social groups that were linked to the underground LGBTQ+ community, suggesting deeper personal connections that were hidden from public view. Despite these speculations, Lee never publicly acknowledged his sexuality, keeping his personal life tightly guarded. During the height of the Red Scare, Lee found himself on the Hollywood blacklist, an unfortunate consequence of his outspoken political views and activism. His career, which had been rising steadily, was abruptly halted, and his personal struggles, compounded by the pressures of being a black actor in Hollywood, took a toll on his health. Tragically, Lee passed away at the age of 45, leaving behind a legacy of talent and courage that was both inspiring and, for many, still shrouded in mystery. Johnny Mathis. Johnny Mathis, with his smooth, velvety voice, became a shining star during Hollywood's golden age. He was a musical sensation, known for his romantic ballads and impeccable vocal delivery. Mathis's influence on the music industry was undeniable as he rubbed shoulders with the biggest stars of the time, making his name synonymous with elegance and sophistication. Songs like Chances Are and Misty cemented his place as one of the most beloved vocalists of the 1950s and beyond. His ability to convey deep emotion through his voice earned him a devoted following that transcended generations. However, despite his public success, Mathis's personal life remained a tightly held secret for much of his career. While he was adored by fans, especially women, rumors about his relationships with other men persisted throughout the years. Mathis never publicly acknowledged these speculations, but whispers in Hollywood suggested that he had relationships with several well-known actors. These rumors circulated, but Mathis kept his personal life private, never naming names or confirming anything. Later in life, Mathis made the courageous decision to publicly acknowledge his sexual orientation, revealing that he was gay. His admission came at a time when Hollywood and society were slowly becoming more accepting of LGBTQ+ individuals, though being openly gay in the entertainment industry still came with significant risks. Mathis's decision to come out was both a personal and professional milestone, allowing him to live his truth while maintaining a successful career. Though he was always known for his incredible voice, his personal journey of self-acceptance adds another layer to his legacy. Percy Rodriguez. Percy Rodriguez was a commanding presence in Hollywood, known for his deep, distinctive voice that left a lasting impact on audiences. He became widely recognized for his narration work in Star Trek and his captivating role in The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. Rodriguez's voice was not just an instrument for storytelling but also a tool for conveying profound emotion, making him one of the most respected figures in voice acting. His work in both television and film allowed him to showcase his versatility and remarkable talent, often portraying characters with strength, wisdom, and dignity. Despite his professional success, Rodriguez's personal life was a subject of intrigue and speculation. He never openly discussed his relationships, keeping his private life shrouded in mystery. Throughout his career, rumors swirled about his close connections with several prominent male actors and filmmakers. These whispers suggested that Rodriguez may have been part of Hollywood's secret LGBTQ+ community, though he never confirmed or denied these claims. His reluctance to speak on the matter only fueled the speculation, and Hollywood insiders continued to ponder the truth about his private life. In an era where being openly gay was often seen as career suicide, Rodriguez's decision to keep his sexuality private was likely a calculated move to maintain his career in an industry that still largely refused to accept LGBTQ+ individuals. While Rodriguez's public persona was defined by his exceptional voice and skillful acting, his personal story remains one of Hollywood's best-kept secrets. Despite the whispers about his relationships, his legacy as a talented and respected actor, particularly in voice work, continues to be celebrated, even if the full scope of his personal life remains unknown. Woody Strode. Woody Strode was a multifaceted talent whose career spanned both sports and film. As a former NFL player, Strode was already a respected figure in athletics before making a name for himself in Hollywood. His transition from the football field to the silver screen was a testament to his versatility and determination. Strode's most memorable role came in Spartacus, where his powerful performance as Draba, the gladiator who defies his oppressors, earned him widespread recognition and solidified his place in Hollywood history. His physicality and presence on screen were unmatched, making him one of the most notable black actors of his time. However, despite his professional success, Strode's personal life was often the subject of speculation. Before breaking into Hollywood, rumors circulated that Strode had romantic relationships with men. These rumors were fueled by his strong relationships with several male figures in both sports and entertainment. While Strode eventually married, some believed his marriage was a way to deflect the whispers about his sexuality and maintain a socially acceptable image in an industry that was not yet ready to embrace LGBTQ+ identities, especially for black actors. In an era when being openly gay could derail an actor's career, particularly for black men, Strode's decision to marry may have been a calculated move to protect his professional prospects. Hollywood in the 1950s and 1960s demanded conformity and was slow to accept diverse sexual orientations, and Strode, like many others, had to navigate this restrictive environment while maintaining a successful career. His legacy as a trailblazer in both sports and cinema is undeniable, but the hidden parts of his personal life remain a mystery, with the true extent of his relationships never fully revealed. Cab Calloway. Cab Calloway was a larger-than-life figure in the entertainment world, known for his dazzling performances and distinctive style. His unforgettable hit Minnie the Moocher became an anthem that showcased not only his incredible vocal talent but also his unique ability to captivate audiences. As a bandleader and jazz musician, Calloway's vibrant stage presence and energetic performances made him one of the most respected and celebrated figures in the music industry. His style, both in his music and in his persona, was unmatched, and he became an icon of the jazz age. Despite his public success, Calloway's personal life remained shrouded in mystery, leading to persistent rumors throughout his career. While he was admired by both men and women, whispers about his sexuality swirled for years. Some believed that Calloway had romantic relationships with both men and women, using his undeniable charm and charisma as a means to deflect attention away from his private life. His ability to maintain an air of mystery around his relationships allowed him to continue his career without openly addressing the speculation surrounding his sexuality. In a time when Hollywood and the entertainment industry were less accepting of LGBTQ+ individuals, especially for black performers, Calloway's decision to keep his personal life private was likely a calculated move to protect his career. Hollywood's refusal to openly accept sexual diversity forced many talented individuals to live in the shadows of their true selves to maintain their livelihoods. Calloway's refusal to publicly discuss his sexuality, combined with his larger-than-life public persona, allowed him to navigate these restrictions while leaving behind a lasting legacy in the world of jazz and entertainment. James Baldwin. James Baldwin, though not an actor, was deeply connected to Hollywood's elite through his writing and personal relationships. A brilliant writer, Baldwin became known for his sharp, insightful works like Go Tell It on the Mountain and Giovanni's Room, which explored themes of identity, race, and sexuality. Baldwin's ability to capture the complexities of the human experience made him one of the most significant literary figures of his time. His eloquent prose and unapologetic exploration of taboo subjects, especially the intersection of race and sexuality, earned him widespread acclaim. Despite his literary success, Baldwin's life was intertwined with Hollywood's most prominent stars. He had close friendships with figures like Marlon Brando and other Hollywood icons, and his social circles often included actors who, like him, struggled with the challenges of identity in a society that demanded conformity. Although Baldwin himself was openly gay, many of his Hollywood friends kept their own sexual identities hidden due to the pressures of the industry. Baldwin, understanding the pain of concealment, wrote with both honesty and compassion, speaking to those who were forced to live in the shadows. Rumors about Baldwin's relationships with other closeted actors and filmmakers have persisted over the years. He was often considered a confidant for those who, like him, navigated the difficult terrain of Hollywood's homophobia and racial prejudice. Baldwin's personal understanding of what it meant to live with a hidden identity, especially as a black man in a predominantly white, heteronormative industry, gave him unique insight into the struggles faced by those in Hollywood's LGBTQ+ community. His work continues to resonate today, not just for its literary merit, but for its portrayal of the personal costs of hiding one's true self. Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis Jr. was a true icon of Hollywood's golden age, best known as a member of the Rat Pack and for his remarkable talent in music, acting, and dancing. He was one of the most versatile entertainers of his time, captivating audiences with his smooth voice, impeccable dance moves, and magnetic stage presence. Davis Jr. became a household name, with his performances in films, on television, and on stage, earning him legendary status in the entertainment industry. Despite his immense success, Davis Jr.'s personal life was often the subject of speculation. One of the most persistent rumors surrounding him was his bisexuality. Davis was frequently linked to several male artists, and whispers about his relationships with men were a common part of Hollywood gossip. However, Davis Jr. never publicly addressed these rumors, choosing to keep his personal life out of the spotlight. In an era when Hollywood was far less accepting of LGBTQ+ individuals, especially for black entertainers, Davis Jr. was forced to navigate a complex social and professional landscape. To protect his image and career, he was reportedly pressured into marrying a white actress, an attempt to shield him from the public scrutiny surrounding his sexuality. His marriage was seen by many as a way to deflect the growing rumors and to avoid the potential career-damaging consequences of being openly gay or bisexual in a racially segregated and homophobic industry. Despite the pressure to conform, Davis Jr. continued to break barriers with his talent, becoming a trailblazer for black performers in Hollywood. His legacy, marked by his unmatched talent and groundbreaking career, also includes the hidden struggles he faced, navigating his identity in an industry that was not yet ready to accept the diversity of sexual orientations. Sidney Poitier. Sidney Poitier made history in Hollywood as the first black actor to win the Academy Award for Best Actor, a monumental achievement that solidified his place as one of the most respected figures in the film industry. His roles in films like Lilies of the Field and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner not only broke racial barriers but also portrayed black men in roles of dignity and respect, challenging the traditional stereotypes that had plagued Hollywood for years. Poitier became a symbol of progress, paving the way for future black actors and earning recognition for his exceptional talent and groundbreaking career. Despite his public achievements, Poitier's personal life was often the subject of speculation. Rumors circulated about his alleged secret relationships with men, whispers that hinted at his sexuality being hidden to protect his image in an industry that was far less accepting of LGBTQ+ individuals, especially black actors. Given Poitier's groundbreaking status and the scrutiny he faced as the first black man to win the Oscar for Best Actor, the speculation about his sexuality was particularly charged. It is believed that the powerful forces in Hollywood may have played a role in concealing aspects of Poitier's personal life, particularly his sexuality, in order to protect his carefully crafted public image. During an era when being openly gay could ruin an actor's career, especially for a black man, Poitier was under immense pressure to conform to societal expectations. His career, marked by significant achievements, was likely shaped by the need to maintain an image of heterosexuality, something that would have aligned with the industry's demands at the time. Sidney Poitier's legacy as a trailblazer in Hollywood is undeniable, but the secrets surrounding his personal life, particularly his hidden sexuality, remain one of Hollywood's best-kept mysteries. As we reflect on these powerful, hidden stories of Hollywood's golden age, one thing becomes clear: the courage it took to live authentically, even in silence, is part of what makes these legends truly extraordinary. These black stars not only broke barriers on screen but also carried untold truths off-screen, shaping history in ways we're only beginning to understand. Which story surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you found this video eye-opening, please give it a like and share it with someone who loves uncovering hidden history. And don't forget to support us by subscribing to Legends of Black Excellence for more stories that honor truth, courage, and legacy. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.